This is 5 on your side at 10. Focused on you.
Tonight, we're starting off with a live look downtown. We are in a weather alert. Wind chill advisories have been issued in our area where temps can feel like they're in the negatives. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. If you are heading out in these frigid conditions, it bears repeating to layer up. Dangerously cold wind chill readings can cause frostbite in as little as 30 minutes. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell has our weather first forecast. Another bitterly cold weekend, Scott.
Well, it is going to start that way tomorrow morning for sure, as temperatures will be in the single digits, both around zero, maybe a little above in town, and then a few spots may drop below zero, but it will feel like it's below zero virtually everywhere tomorrow morning, at least through 9 or 10 o'clock. Then it may ease just a little bit. Right now, some flight delays potentially across the country, not only because of the weather we've had all week long, but the ongoing evolution of this cold snap as it pushes east. And we've had all kinds of flight delays and cancellations this week. So if you're traveling this weekend, just keep that in mind. It's down to 4 in Pittsfield and Litchfield, 7 in St. Charles, Chesterfield, and Alton. Scott Air Force Base at 9. DeSoto is coming in at 10. Now, put the winds into that, even though they're not as strong as they were this morning. Still, wind chills are nearing 10 to 12 below zero. And in most cases, early tomorrow morning, we will be in that 10 to 20 degree range below zero. So wind chill advisory is in effect through tomorrow morning. The good news that we have is that the winds slacken quite a bit for tomorrow. And so as we push our way through the day, at least during the afternoon, we will get a little bit of a break. So the gusty winds last into early tomorrow morning. Those dangerously cold wind chills should fade as the day wears on. It's not going to be warm. We're still in the teens, mind you. It's a cold, relatively quiet weekend, but then an icy Monday is possible. A new weather alert day coming up in a few minutes, Kelly.
It's been a rough Friday. This has been a rough day.
Tonight, the small, close-knit community of Defiance gathers to remember 2 children killed in an early morning house fire. A family member says the 2 brothers who lost their young lives were just 4 and 6 years old. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend reports tonight's prayer vigil was just one way the community is supporting the children's loved ones.
On this Friday night, a huge crowd of mourners came here to Good News Brewing in Defiance to remember 2 little boys who lost their lives in a house fire and to hold their loved ones in their hearts.
God bless them, 2 little boys.
A teary-eyed Sharon Oberlag was among the many who attended the private somber event. Oberlag can't stop thinking about 6-year-old Jamison Kaiser and his 4-year-old baby brother, Julian.
And them little boys were the most precious little things ever. Ever. They're beautiful. Beautiful. And they were just full of it. So cute all the time.
Shortly before 8 Friday morning, St. Charles County police officers were the first to respond to a fire at the family's home on Highway 94 South. The children's mother and grandparents were able to get out, but investigators say Jamison and Julian were trapped and died in the fire. Sharon Oberlag knows the family.
Good people. Anything ever come up in this town, they were the first to volunteer and help.
Oh, it was terrible. I felt so bad for them.
Yeah, they're grieving, and we're all grieving, and so we're all here to support them.
Now a strong show of support for the family who lost their 2 little ones, their home, and everything inside. During the prayer vigil, people gave what they could. A GoFundMe page that started with just a few $100 Friday morning quickly grew within hours to more than $60,000 and climbing.
It's a sad deal.
God's still in control of all this, and he'll get us through this. Our community will get us through this.
In Defiance, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And the cause of the fire remains under investigation. You can find a link to the GoFundMe on KSDK.com. Fire crews are investigating an apartment fire where they found a man's body in North St. Louis. It sparked just before 11 this morning on North Broadway. Family members tell us the victim is a man named William Green. The fire department says the fire appears to be accidental and the victim may have been cooking when it happened. Officials say there were no working smoke alarms in the apartment.
If you need a smoke alarm and you live in the city of St. Louis, please call us. We'll come out and install them. They're free of charge. If you don't live in the city, contact your local fire department or the American Red Cross, and it's something that we can easily get taken care of.
No other apartment was damaged by the fire. Tonight, dozens of neglected dogs are now resting at the Humane Society of Missouri's Macklin headquarters. An emergency rescue took place earlier today at a Stone County property. The Animal Cruelty Task Force found 55 dogs that were severely malnourished without food, water, or shelter. Another 20 animals were found dead. The property owner was arrested. The rescued dogs will get health evaluations and emergency treatment. We have an update on a missing Potosi woman who was found dead this week. Today, an autopsy was performed to determine how Donna I died. Investigators have also released a full timeline detailing her search. The Mineral Area Major Case Squad says I was discharged from Washington County Memorial Hospital on January 8th. 3 days later, she was reported missing, and a search was launched the next day. On January 15th, the Major Case Squad was activated. Then on Wednesday, Donna I's body was found. You can find the full timeline at ksdk.com. The owners of Brew Tulum are suing their landlords after lead contamination forced them to close their Del Mar Cafe. This comes from our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal. The lawsuit alleges the property owners and managers refused to properly remediate lead contamination at the shop. An attorney representing the owners at Bridge Del Mar LLC says they hired a risk assessor who found no hazards there. About 1 in 5 families pay overdraft fees every year, making big bucks for big banks. But is the Biden administration trying to put a stop to that? Our national reporter, Casey Decker, verifies.
When you make a purchase that sends your bank account into the negative, oftentimes your bank will cover the difference and let the transaction go through. But then they'll charge you a fee for that service, the overdraft fee. That fee is often $30 or more, even if the covered transaction was only a few bucks. Research shows banks make billions off these fees, and that it's usually the poorest families paying them. But posts like this one claim the Biden administration is, quote, ending overdraft fees as we know them by capping them at as low as $3. So let's verify. Is the Biden administration capping overdraft fees at $3? Our sources are the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the Truth in Lending Act. This claim needs context. The Biden administration is proposing to rein in overdraft fees, but the rule might not take effect for years and the cap might not be $3. Here's what we know. So far, this is just a proposed rule change, a modification to how the government interprets current law. Loans are tightly regulated in America, but right now overdraft services aren't legally considered loans, even though they consist of banks providing you money and expecting you to pay it back plus a fee. This proposal would change that, giving big banks 2 options. The first option, they can keep offering unregulated overdraft services, but they can't profit off them. That means the banks can only charge as much as it costs them to break even on the transaction, and they have to prove to the government how much it costs. Or they can just charge a pre-approved flat fee. That fee has yet to be determined. The proposal says it could be as low as $3, but it could be as high as $14. The second option, if they want to keep making profits from overdraft services, they have to treat them like a loan. That means following all the rules for loans, like disclosing the interest rate, which would allow customers.
Have something you would like us to verify? Send us an email to verify@ksdk.com. We may be in a weather alert, but that is not stopping an annual winter party. The festivities you can find at the Loop Ice Carnival.